Hello, everybody. Sorry for the inconvenience. I think so. There is a problem for my voice. People are not able to hear me.
Rekha.
Hi, finally.
Oh,
Oh my
wow. Yes,
God.
I can hear you now.
Technology can make you so much embarrassed. My God, I can't.
It's good.
I want, it's my
It's
heartbeat.
morning laughter therapy.
So, how are you?
I'm good, Rekha. You're glowing, and you should
Thank
be. You are
you.
wellness ambassador after all.
Thank you. You are looking pretty too. So,
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. So, Pooja, I was so excited to join you for this session. Thanks
Mhm.
for the accepting this World Wellness Weekend celebration and the in Indian Wellness Tourism Weekend. These two occasions we are celebrating on this particular day, this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So today and tomorrow we have the pack up programs, and you are the first one to start this, to
Really?
inaugurate
I'm
this.
starting this wonderful, wonderful initiative. Well, A, thank you for the privilege.
Yeah,
And Rekha, you're doing such a wonderful job with promoting wellness. And
thank
I
you.
think that's something that is truly the need of the hour, the day, the month, the year, and all of that. So well done. You're just persistent and you're at it. And I mean, both of us are in the world of wellness. I mean, me with my
Right,
two companies. Which I have, Magicians of Wellness, Merchants of Wellness, and Happy Soul, which is my brand. So
right.
I mean, and you taking it in all dimensions across the country, representing India on so many levels. It's really wonderful to see how much emphasis and how much respect and how much attention wellness is getting, and rightfully so.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. People like us who actually we have been able to contribute something other way to Indian wellness tourism and wellness awareness in India. And I'm really thanks to you, Pooja. This World Wellness Weekend is started by my friend Janki. This is the initiative. I know some initiative which you just need to just somehow you have to start and people just start following that. So this activities today actually celebration is going in the 150 countries, and
Wow.
yeah, 150 countries, all of them are celebrating World Wellness Weekend. And same time, the Indian wellness tourism, we as an Indian, of course, we are celebrating in India today. And this initiative started by me in India. So nowadays, you must be knowing, like, how important is that creating the awareness about the wellness tourism, because India has so much to offer to the world. So many things what we can do in India, and people can come down to India and they can definitely take care of their well-being, facilities
Yes.
which is available in India.
Okay. So couple of things. One is,
So
yeah.
now I
So
wanted to ask you, Pooja. Yeah, I wanted to ask you. Sorry for the
no, please
intervening
go
you,
ahead.
but I just wanted to ask you. Can you just share your thought about the whatever you are doing about the wellness and well-being? Can you just share your thoughts about this on this special occasion?
Yes, sure. I'd love to. Rekha, a couple of things. One is understanding that the whole concept of wellness globally has changed. The whole perception has shifted from believing that wellness is just physical to acknowledging that wellness is holistic in nature.
Right.
Right. So, firstly, the awareness that wellness goes beyond the physical body. So, it's not that you're just thin. That means you're well. No, thin person can be an unhealthy person.
Right.
What are your
Perfectly
fitness
said.
levels, and also in terms of when you talk about a fitness, there's not just physical wellness. It's about your emotional wellness. It's about your mental wellness. It's about your sexual wellness. It's about your social wellness. It's about your financial wellness. All of these are inextricably linked. So your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, all these different aspects of you are inextricably joined together. If one of these is out of balance, it is almost certain that the other aspects of your life will also be out of balance. So a deeper understanding of firstly what is holistic wellness. That is something that has triggered during the COVID lockdown, because a lot of people had lost their jobs, lost their livelihoods, lost their freedom, lost their family members, and for them there was a lot of emotional and mental anguish, and financial as well, that they have suffered. which in turn leads to disease. So when we know that our thoughts create our emotions, so negative thoughts create negative emotions, which create disease in the body. So much as the modern scientific world will
Yeah.
focus on the disease itself, and much as the modern scientific world will focus on um, treating just the disease or the symptoms of that disease,
Right. Right.
holistic wellness will sort of look at it in a more holistic picture and take it from the root so that there's no repeat of the same thing. So the idea of holistic wellness is A, preventive, and B, holistic wellness is also about ensuring that you're not um, medicine dependent for the rest of your
Very,
life,
very well
right? So
said.
it's not
Yeah.
that you have diabetes, which means that you now have to take insulin, now you have to take insulin for the rest of your life. No, it is not that. Holistic wellness says, what is the root cause of diabetes? How has that come? So how do you get a person off insulin? That is the journey of wellness when you go within. So much as we are just used to, accustomed, acclimatized, just simply going to a doctor, taking a pill and thinking that is the rest of our lives, alternative medicine, alternative healing, wellness in every form has shown people different dimensions of wellness and how you can actually change your entire life quotient, not just physically but mentally, emotionally, physically, success. Everything is really dependent on your wellness, right? So
Right.
now we've got that out of the way and we say, fine, now people are aware. All right, this is holistic wellness. Great. How do I do this? Where do I go? Well, India is the place to come to.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Why is India the place to come to? India is a
Yes.
place to come to for multiple reasons. One is our sciences. For example, we have Ayurveda. Okay, Ayurveda will not treat you by saying, okay, you have a disease of skin, let's treat you for vitiligo. It will go much deeper. They go into your doshas. They go into your vata, pitta, kapha. They will go into all your doshas to understand what is energetically your makeup. Right, and they treat you from that perspective. There are a lot of healers in India, a lot of people who are focusing on energy. We are nothing but energy,
Right.
right? Okay, we are nothing but carries a certain charge of 1.4 volts. We have about 70 trillion volts of electricity in our body, right? So when we have so much electricity in our body, everything around us is electrical impulses, electrical waves, and energy being sent out. Right now, when you understand in a holistic perspective again that you are nothing but energy, when we talk about a chakra system in our bodies, the 7 chakras that we have, which is more energetic science,
Right.
so to speak. I understand that modern medicine does not recognize, maybe even
They
Ayurveda for
don't.
that matter.
Yeah.
It may not even recognize. It may not even recognize our doshas. It does not recognize our chakra systems. It
No,
does not
modern,
recognize.
modern,
But
modern science do not want to
but
recognize.
they cannot,
Yeah.
yeah, and they cannot not recognize the fact that we
Yeah.
are energy,
Yeah.
and everything from our neutrons, protons, electrons, when you open it down to the last detail, is pulsating energy waves. So we are energy, right? So whether we choose to classify it as a chakra system, and imbalances in the chakra cause disease, right? So when you're treating it even on a chakra level. Okay, there are different practitioners in India that focus purely on chakra healing and chakra
Right.
balancing, which is your energetic center, your energetic core. When you talk about sexual wellness, for example, not about just popping a Viagra pill. It's understanding what is deficient in your body. Maybe your chakra that is meant to be your sacral chakra, which is your pleasure center, and that could be off balance. And there are different forms to different ways, whether it's color therapy, whether it's certain breathing exercises, whether it's certain yoga poses. There's Kundalini yoga. There's so many different ways to ignite the sexual chakra, right? Even in terms of mental wellness, right? There are so many ways to combat it or and to start reversing the effects of Alzheimer's or depression and all these things. And
Right.
all these different tools are so widely available in a beautiful country like India that has so many people who are so knowledgeable in all these wonderful alternative sciences and are so happy to share their energy, their knowledge. You just have to be open to receiving it. When
Right.
you come, even in terms of yoga, there isn't just one type of yoga. We have Hatha yoga, Iyengar yoga, um, you know, um, there's hot
Patanjali.
yoga with
Yeah.
Bikram.
All.
It-
Yeah.
there's so many
Various.
wonderful forms of
Various.
yoga
Yeah.
to suit every body type, to suit a person's disabilities. To Ashtanga yoga is there for
Ashtanga.
different
Yeah.
people who want to do different things with their body. So it's so interesting how we have something in India to cater to everyone. We have these wonderful wellness centers in India devoted to just healing your body, your mind, your soul, your physical being, your energetic being. There are a lot of Ayurvedic resorts, in fact, across the country. I'm a great proponent of Ayurveda. I just love what they do, the way they energetically
Yeah.
disassemble you and reassemble you and cater to the imbalances in your doshas. I'm a huge, as you know, I've done courses for the last 18 years of my
Yeah,
life in
right.
all these alternative
Yeah, you
sciences,
said to me
energy
that right.
modalities, everything, even clinical hypnosis or NLP. I've really gone out of my way to indulge these fetishes at that point of time to understand what was going on in these different energetic worlds. How was it logical? How could I apply to people's lives? How would people's lives change for the better because of it? Since it's all inextricably linked. So your mind, your emotions, your body, your spirituality, your success, your sexuality, it's all so intrinsically linked together. And it's so incredible how in India, I've done all my courses in India. Everything has been made available to me by the best masters in India. And when people go, either if they want to go to the Himalayas to have experiences there, or they go down to Kerala to have experiences there, or they go to Banaras, or they go to all these centers, epicenters, I would say.
Yeah.
Wellness is available across our country. There are certain epicenters that we have, which are truly focused on different aspects of healing. And when you realize that there's so much you can actually benefit from just around you, you need to look no further. And of course, for the Western, the Western world, or even the Eastern world, when they look at India, they see us as a land of great healers. They see us as a land of meditation, of yoga, of spiritual practices, and that is a huge component of what wellness is. So for me, I think it's very important for all of us to make known A, what is holistic wellness, B, how do you access holistic wellness. And yes, we are a wonderful, I would say, uh, point to come to if you're seeking that. In Goa, for example,
Yeah.
where I've set up my two companies, Magicians of Wellness and Merchants of Wellness, they're actually looking, the tourism department there's actually looking to make that a center where people actually come to for like yoga and other healing sciences. There's so many incredible people in Goa who gravitate to Goa, whether they're Indians or whether they're foreigners, who come there and they set up their little studios and they set up their workshops and they set up their little ashrams and they set up their centers, focused on sharing knowledge and sharing information. In fact, just the other day I interviewed on, you can see it on my YouTube, a breatharian, a man called Eletom Amin. And he's been here through the entire lockdown in India. He doesn't drink a drop of water. He doesn't eat a morsel of food. He literally, there are just maybe 1,000 of them in this world, and maybe about 20, 30 who are actively promoting breatharianism. And they don't eat or drink anything, Rekha. They're literally like
Oh,
plants who survive on like nutrition by photosynthesis and whatever different ways that they are absorbing energy, converting that into converting light and carbon dioxide, converting it into energy. And it's such an interesting interview when you watch it
oh
and you
my
see
God.
his
Yeah.
energy. And he's ripped. It's not like he's a thin man because he doesn't eat. He's ripped with muscles and he's thin and lean and he just walks in the sun constantly because that's his energy source. That's like is his charger.
Yeah,
And
right,
it's
right.
you look at things like that and say, wow, how incredible is the human body and how incredible is the human mind and spirit. And if you choose to, you can just not eat a morsel of food and you'll be alive and living and healthily so. How amazing is that? You know,
Yeah.
and when you look at all these different aspects of what people are doing and how little we actually know about the possibilities of the human body and the human mind and the human spirit, you sort of realize that, my
And
God, we
nature
really need
offering
to
also. People
explore the
are
world.
not well aware about what nature is offering to us.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
our own potential as human beings and what we can do through our mind and through our
Right.
bodies and
Right.
how we can actually harness wellness and holistic wellness in its entirety. I think it's phenomenal. What's out there, and yes, this is a mecca for it in India. So I think the everyone knows that the wellness industry today is booming. Everybody knows it's a
Yeah.
given that it's one of the fastest growing industries. I'm lucky I got into wellness just prior to the lockdown, so I've cemented my businesses. There's tech e-commerce happening. There's retail stores, there's wellness centers, wellness cafes, wellness spas, wellness products. I'm multi-vendor. I showcase
Yeah.
the best of wellness across the country. So in our stores, for example, we have people from across the country, Rekha, that are the most amazing people who've done the most amazing organic foods, who are doing chemical-free hair care, skin care. You have people who are doing sustainable decor, sustainable fashion. So not just your personal wellness, but even planetary wellness. So
So
that at the end of
Pooja,
the day,
Pooja,
you're
you are
part of
saying
the
like
entire.
what you have seen, the all the people are coming up booming all of a sudden, this wellness cafes, wellness food, wellness, all everything is booming about the wellness. And we as an Indians must accept this. India has so much all these secrets within India about the food style, about the lifestyle, about the mental health, and this is what what we are promoting through this Indian wellness tourism. As you mentioned
Absolutely.
correctly, that is, people has that habit. They start consuming diabetic any medicine, so they think that is I have to live with this medicine forever. But wellness is teaching you preventing this. You can how you can come out from this regular your diabetic habits what you are living. So Pooja,
Yeah.
I just want to understand why this mental stability comes in the people mind. uh, ओ मुझे तो इसके साथ जीना ही है, ये मेडिसिन मेरे लिए तो फॉरएवर है, मेरे उसी के साथ मुझे जीना है. दिस काइंड ऑफ माइंडसेट पीपल डेवलप. व्हाई इट हैपेंस? व्हाई इट हैपेंस?
It's conditioning. It's conditioning. From childhood we're told headache hai, doctor ke paas jao. Leg ache hai, doctor ke paas jao.
राइट.
Ye hai, doctor ke paas jao. We've forgotten that the days and eras where if you were sick, for example, they say if you have a cold and you treat it, it lasts 7 days. If you have a cold and don't treat it, it lasts 7 days. So it's
या
just
या
the symptoms that you're dealing with. And yes, you can choose to go out and pop tablets, but we all know that when you pop medical prescriptive medication, that there are side effects to all of it, right? Whereas in our olden days, what we would do is we would say, "Arey, have a kada pio." We'd
राइट राइट.
say, "Adrak ka pani, honey dal ke pio, salt water ke gargles karo, inhalation karo, wo thoda tulsi, neem, wo dal ke inhale karo." Now these things were actual true wellness sciences because you are helping your body heal through herbs, through jari booties, through things that are good for your throat, good for your body. They go inside and they energize you. A medicine goes inside and will just take out the symptoms, right? Whereas what you're eating in terms of if you're taking hot water with ginger and honey, you're nourishing your body, you're helping your body fight back. When you're having lime squeezed into something, getting a dose of vitamin C, that's giving you the ability to therefore fight a cold and fight these things. So we need to revert back to what these ancient sciences taught us, and what these ancient practices taught us,
राइट.
because they were actually good for us, right? I understand if you're got a heavy day of work and you wake up with a headache, last thing you're going to think about is, okay, let me put balm and let me start, massaging it and let me put my feet in hot water and salt water, and you're not going to have time for that. I get it. Go pop a pill, but don't make it a regular habit, right? There's so many days when you can just do other things to help yourself heal faster, heal better. Your body has the ability to fight back. Your body has a natural inherent
Natural,
ability
right.
and immunity to take care of itself. The liver heals itself, no matter how bad. If you give it time and you help it, a liver can completely regenerate and heal itself. So, in every possible way, let's help our bodies. We're so used to our conditioners go to the doctor and pop tablets, pop pills, pop injections, do this, do that. I'm a firm proponent of immunity. I'm a firm proponent of your own inner power, inner strength. And yes, for example, if you, for example, have a heart attack, okay, you're not going to revert to alternative sciences at that point in time. You're definitely going to go to a hospital, right? Because you've had a heart attack, you need the medical world for that. So let's not dismiss the medical world and fraternity. They're very important and they play a very important role in
Yes.
our well-being. But at the same time, after you've come out of the hospital, what else are you going to do to help your heart heal better, to get off a medication cycle that you may be put into? Whether it's, as I said, whether it's with diabetes or whether it's with various other cancers and things like that. There are other ways to combat the symptoms and also, say, for example, you're going to chemotherapy and you have nausea. There's so many wonderful ways to actually deal with those through natural sciences, and actually help the cancer recede. Like, for example, if your diet, in cancer, you need to have a very alkaline diet, not acidic at all. You need to cut out your meat, you need to cut out acidic things, you need to cut out your alcohols, you need to cut out your coffees and teas, you need to cut out all of that. There's no awareness about when you have cancer and you keep your body completely alkaline, it will start to heal itself. And there's
Yeah.
other ways also. There's so many other things, from aromatherapy to hypnotherapy,
Yeah.
going down to
Yeah.
taking out
I'm
root
I'm
cause of why you feel
I'm
the health
into
of the
the
cancer. And
aromatherapy,
then
Pooja.
Rekha, you have
Yeah.
preventive
Yeah.
sciences. Like we have this DNA company, for example, like Velocity and companies like that basically are about nutrigenomics. And you have companies out there that are actually testing your DNA. Okay, and telling you what you've inherited has come down in your DNA and what therefore is likely to trigger. So they tell you that if your family has a history of heart disease or diabetes or cancer or whatever, This is what you have inherited in your DNA. And out of this seems to be the most likely, you have an 80% chance of triggering in your lifetime. So how to not trigger it in your lifetime? What are the exercises you can do? What are the eating patterns you can adopt? What are the lifestyle patterns you can adopt to not trigger that in this lifetime? That is very interesting to me. All these wonderful sciences that are more preventive, because prevention is better than cure. So why are we not at least exploring these sciences and helping ourselves? Our bodies are our vehicles. They take them through our entire journey of life. Your body breaks down, it's like your car's broken down. How do you reach your destination? With a broken down car, kabhi पहिया निकल रहा है, kabhi battery problem, kabhi engine problem, kabhi ये
body
origin
body
problem,
का भी
ये
यही
problem. So how do you actually go out there and enable yourself and enable your body to be a stronger body? And it's not just about going to the gym and lifting weights. It's about so much more. It's about your core strength. It's about your not just working out a few sets of muscles that look good on
attitude is
camera.
important. Yeah, attitude is important.
And your mental muscle,
Thinking,
your
yeah.
mental muscle is the most important thing.
That
and
has to
changing
trigger
belief
more.
systems. Yeah. I mean, yes, I know it's great to have the medical fraternity on our side. Yes, we
Right.
do need the doctors, but medical error is the third leading cause of death in the world. We don't recognize that. There's heart disease and cancer, and medical error is a third leading cause of death worldwide. Now, when you see that, you realize that there is a rule in place for it, but blind belief and
Yeah.
blind faith is not a good thing. So go out there, explore, research, educate yourself, help your body be strong. So firstly, don't fall sick. And if you fall sick, first look at the natural way to combat it and how to get off, for example, being medicine dependent. Also most importantly, your mental wellness, because a
Right.
strong mind enables you to take those steps forward.
So I mean
So
to,
what are the ways?
sorry to interrupt you, Pooja. I mean to say that only. People make a mindset. मुझे ये दवाई के साथ रहना है. That mindset will change only with your thought process. If you are taking the positive way,
Absolutely.
how I can change my body.
Absolutely.
And always, people has to believe in that one. You are the best doctor of your own body. No one can judge what internally is going with you. So, studying your own body, what you are saying is a perfectly, you have to study your own body. You have to study and you have to encourage yourself to live in a better way, preventing how you can prevent these things. So, घर में मामा मदर को है, फादर को है डायबिटीज, इसका मतलब मुझे भी होने ही वाला है. Yes, it may come to you, but then how you can prevent yourself. So this is what people has to understand.
It's very interesting, Rekha, when you actually study Louise Hay. Okay, she's written an amazing series of books. Louise Hay, she's
Right.
written books on
Right.
heal your life, heal your body, and things like that. And her whole premise is that your thoughts create your disease, create your emotions, and your emotions create your disease, right?
Right.
And every specific emotion and therefore thought process links to a specific disease. Diabetes, for example, is bitterness. Okay, chronic bitterness in life. So a sense of life has lost its sweetness. कुछ होने वाला है, कुछ नहीं बदलने वाला है, bitter,
Right.
bitter
Yeah.
about things, bitter about your state in life. And that's when diabetes starts manifesting. So
Right.
most people have diabetes. Say, when did you get diabetes? Go back to the time that was first diagnosed and go back a year or two, because it takes about a year or two for it to be so chronic that it sets in as a disease. So go back to that time and say, what was happening in my life that made me so bitter? It could be in-law issues, it could be personal issues, it could be financial issues, it could be ego issues, it could be anything. What is it that triggered that in the first place? Go back to that, change it, extract the root of it, change the negative thought process and the negative charge into a positive charge, because it's giving your body a constant negative charge, right? So it's so important that you treat it from a psychological perspective as well. So we say you don't inherit a disease, you inherit a thought process that
Right.
creates the disease. So if you're in a family of people who are constantly cynical and criticizing and bitter, अरे दुनिया ऐसी है, अरे people are that only, अरे कुछ नहीं बदलने वाला है, nothing will change no matter how much you try, and you imbibe those thought processes. So what you're doing is you're imbibing a way of thinking that then leads to the disease, because you're becoming a bitter person in your thoughts. So it's really interesting when you say that you don't inherit a disease.
You become your own.
Yeah, and you inherit, you don't inherit a disease, you inherit the thought process that triggers the disease.
Right.
And creates a disease. So it's very interesting when you study holistic sciences as to how diverse these sciences are, and yet they do the same thing, which is attack it and nurture and nourish and heal it from the root. And that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will keep recurring.
So Indian culture is basically more focused on the how you yourself can cure, how you can heal yourself. this is the science what traditional science is talking about that. Pooja, I'm writing a book which is focused on the tribals lifestyle and tribals how they are living their life till today also. Forget about the ancient time, but now also if you see in the very inner part of Maharashtra or wherever tribals are staying, so their lifestyle is still it is matching with our today's what we are talking about the wellness well-being lifestyle. So what
Right.
yeah, yeah, so that book is focusing how even their celebration of the festival is related with the nature. There's each and everything is related with the nature. And first like crop coming in the farm related with that. So how they are well connected with the nature. So whole that book is talking about the how today's
And also, Rekha, their food is fresh. Their food is not pesticide filled.
right
It's
there
not GMO based.
yeah,
It's not
they
GMO
just
based.
pick up
It's straight
from
from
the farm
nature.
and they just eat.
It
Yeah,
hasn't
right,
had 20 days in transport coming down. It's fresh from their fields. It's literally farm to table.
right,
So there's so many aspects and factors that actually go into creating. They're outdoors. They're getting sunshine. They're toiling in their fields. They're walking a lot. They're
walking
getting
right,
exercise. They don't have a sedentary life. There's so many aspects that make tribal life actually really healthy living in so many ways. Yes, they have their stresses, they have their frustrations, they have their own financial crisis, they have their own. Everyone goes through their own dramas, their life dramas. But then they have communities that help them. You have the elders who sit around and help placate things and put things together, and they have a more community feel compared to the insular little lifestyles that we tend to lead. From in our cities, for example. There's no joint families and nuclear families now. So everyone's doing their own thing, living their own life. Whereas in the village, there's community. There's a sense of harmony. There's a sense of caring and a community feel, which is so important again to health, wellness, healing, relationships, nurturing, nourishing, helping. There are so many, when you go to the villages, and these samosaki groups that you deal with, and they come together, a bunch of women who come together, they take loans from the bank, they start businesses,
yeah,
they
yeah,
empower each other. And
yeah.
it's so interesting to see how people come together with community to enable and empower and do all of that. So I'm a huge proponent of healthy living, of natural living, and yes, I mean, there's no one saying go run into the villages or go into the Himalayas and be a monk. Yes, you have your lives, yes, you have your challenges, yes, you have your urban lives, yes, you have your thing, but take time out to nurture and
Nurture.
nourish your inner self as well.
Yeah,
Self love, self care, self worth, self respect. These are such important qualities. We're so busy running after things, we forget that we matter. And if we are sick and we are down and our bodies are malfunctioning or our mind is twisted or we're going to a frenzy and we're mentally unwell and physically unwell and emotionally unwell, what good is that journey going to do for you if you yourself are so paralyzed on so many levels, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually? So it's very, very important to take care of yourself and to love yourself and self-love more than anything else. And self-love is not selfish. Self-love is important because when your well is full with positivity and love and things, you can give to others. If your well is empty, kisko kya pilaoge?
right, right.
So
So you yourself should be the first strong person, then you can help society. So the base of the strong society is the each and every person take care of themselves. That's what even I believe. And I always like become a selfish for your own health. I always tell that is become a selfish for your own health. Until unless you are not fit from the mind and for the body, you won't be able to spread the positive aura around you, and definitely that will impact the
absolutely,
society. So these are the things which people
absolutely.
has to understand. And Pooja, I'm seeing lot of feedback for you, and lot of people are just loving your talk. you, they are
How
just
sweet.
coming
Thank you.
so much comments. I'm just seeing that so many comments. They are just loving you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are fantastic. You're fantastic about it, talking about the holistic wellness. I'm really love to talk to you hours and hours, in fact. And seriously, you have so much to say about this, holistic wellness. And I'm glad that is today you came and contribute for this celebration. The World Wellness Weekend, definitely this talk about you will be definitely published on the lot many countries, and they will be loving you to talk about this further about the healing process in India, how it happens. So I will definitely connect you again. And thanks everybody for joining us for this beautiful session. I'm really glad that is started with Pooja. because I know the way she talks and the way she's passionate about this subject. So really, really thanks to her and thanks to all of you for joining today and tomorrow. We are celebrating this World Wellness Weekend and India's Wellness Tourism Weekend together. So friends, please keep on joining us and encourage our initiatives. Today, 4 o'clock, again, I'm coming back with the Smita Jaikar for the spiritual wellness. Pooja has shared you about the holistic wellness, and I could not stop her the way she was talking. I wanted her to talk more and more, but because of the time concern, I can't go more a longer time. But definitely, I would like to come back with her with another session, and she will be definitely sharing about her own way of working in the wellness industry. I know so many things she's doing for her own business also, and I'm definitely coming back again 4 o'clock for this sharing about the spiritual wellness. Spiritual wellness is another aspect of the wellness industry. So please join us again 4 o'clock for the spiritual wellness with the Smita Jaikar. Thanks a lot, Pooja. It was a beautiful session with you. Thank you guys for joining us and encouraging us. Thank you.